Kia ora, welcome into the form. This week we're back at Whanganui. We've got two listed races on the program, the AGC Stakes and the Castletown for the 2-year-olds. We're also heading to Pukekohe for our domestic action. And to talk you through the races and try and find the winners, joining me in studio firstly is Leith Innes. Hello to you, Leith. And we also have Bevan Sweeney and Petone. So let's check out what's coming up on the agenda. And we'll be starting with our listed feature out of Whanganui, the AGC Training Stakes. The Whanganui preview on the undercard, touching on the 2-year-old Castletown Stakes. Our race trackers, we're heading to Pukekohe, picking out the best races from their meeting. Our Kiwis in Oz, while we continue with the Queensland Carnival there, and our best bets, as usual, to round out the show. Whanganui is where our feature meeting is this weekend. We've really hit the winter tracks now, Bevan, so what can we expect on Saturday?
Yeah, morning Pip, morning Leith, and morning to everyone around the land. The River City has had a bit of rain in recent times. Track's actually come up okay as a heavy 9, but it is showery through Thursday. But Friday, Saturday, the temperatures are really lifting up into that 19, 20 degrees. So look, I don't think it's going to be a deep, heavy winter track like we have experienced in previous seasons for this particular race, but I think it'll be right up the alley of Just Ask Me.
Well, let's have a look what he's paying in the market then. It's race number 7 on the card. He is your favourite at $3.40. Turn the Ace in the market at $5. Then you've got Balderoto Boy at 6s, Bradman at 6.5, Lightning Jack and Royal Flower, the only other runner currently in single figures at $8.50. Let's take you back to the first form race we want to highlight. And as we mentioned previously on the show, Bevan, Just Ask Me, not missed flashing here home late.
Probably about as good a performance in preparation for a race he's won and run second in that you will see. Hard to see any horse in this race really turning it around on him. His sectional home was the quickest in the race. Any further rain around, which there is, will be a big advantage to him. And I think, Leith, that the bookmakers are giving you a chance here.
Yeah, boosted at $3.90, Bevan, and yeah, I think even Stevie Wonder could see him coming home there. He was pretty impressive, and I reckon he's, I hate to say it, but he could be going better than last season.
If he's going better than last season, he's very difficult to beat, albeit this season's race is a little bit tougher than the one he dominated last year. Turn the Ace is a really interesting runner. Now, it's whether the form moves from Te Rapa to a heavy track at Whanganui. I suppose that's the major question mark, but he loves rolling in front, so he'll ensure speed is into the race for a horse like Just Ask Me. He's probably the horse that's kept Just Ask Me's price at around that $3.40 mark. Leith, he's going well. He's a very competitive horse and he'll run on speed. Yeah,
and a big plus, Michael McNabb's gone down to ride him as well. And like you said, heavy right there on the speed. And, you know, sometimes that Whanganui course, if it's not too heavy, can be a front leader's course as well.
They've had a bit of racing there, so I think they'll be out wide, more than likely, by this point in the race meeting. Bradman, I thought he was thrown in last week against the field that he raced. His form was just so much better than this particular field, and they rode him differently on Saturday. They took any bad luck out of the equation. He started to float when he got there, but he's another horse that probably will get back like Just Ask Me, and his best races are when he's flying home late. He's got a little bit lost out there wide, Leith, but I think he spotted the inside horse and then fought again. Yeah,
it was a good ride by Jimmy as well. I see Warren Kennedy's picked up the ride this week, but he's in the career best form. You know, in the past season or two, he's sort of he's gone up to win and he's put his head up. So for him to do what he did at Wellington last week, you know, obviously he's backed up. It's a week in between runs. Royden must be really happy with him.
Well, let's hear from his trainer. And Bevan just asked Royden what he made of his front-running tactics.
I said to Jimmy, look, it's tactical small fields, and I said, I'm just going to have to leave it up to you. You're going to have to make your mind where Harry jumps. Like, he's a horse you can't grab hold of, so you just got to let him what he do, and then he's happy. And he just rode him perfectly. You know, he set them up and then quickened up before the corner and got them all off the bridle, and he was strong to the line. Saturday's going to be a different story. His first run at a mile. His full brother did win a Group 1 2 miles, so it's going to be... like, his racing manners have got better. That's what's made him a better horse, I think. He's more mature now. He's a strong little bull. I think he's come through his race really well. He's jumping out of his skin this morning. So we're going to put in a nomination for Saturday, and I think Warren Kennedy's going to ride him.
Yeah, I was very happy with that run on Saturday. I thought she did extremely well. She made contact with the barriers on the way out. She took a nice position and just couldn't get out in the straight until about the 200, and ran on and probably just was calling for tugs a little bit later, but over the post, but over the line. But I was very happy with that. Yeah, a good indication of this Saturday's efforts, I think. Really, she's always been there or thereabouts. I don't know if you remember the Cuddle last year. She was unlucky as well, so she's entitled to be in that company. But when you're in that company, your chances are they're all good horses, so you just take it as it comes. But yeah, she loves Whanganui, and she every time there she finds that strip down the outside, and she just and I take a good horse to beat her if she gets in front in the straight.
Yeah, she's come out really well. Obviously, it's probably a little bit heavier than I anticipated, so fresh up over a mile after a break might be a big ask, but she's unbeaten there, so makes sense to go there. She just loves her racing, and I think she's come out really well after a little break, and she's grown a little bit, so it'll be really nice to see her put in a good performance.
Yes, of course, so won the Castletown Stakes last season did Shanti Lace. As we get to you, Bevan, you've already kind of talked us into who you might be within the race.
Oh, well, and with Just Ask Me, he's got a wonderful record in the race. There's no better trainer in the land than Alan setting a senior horse for one particular race. And that's exactly what he's done across the last couple of seasons. Second, first. I think he'll be first across the line again on Saturday. Bellardo Boy probably looking further into the winter. Turn the Ace has to transfer down to Whanganui from Te Rapa, which he absolutely loves. So, yeah, Just Ask Me. It'll be his last crack at the race, and I think it'll be a winning turn.
Yeah, I'm with you as well, Bevan. Look, the riding was on the wall 2 weeks ago at Wellington. Jonathan knows the track, if it's heavy, soft, it's going to really suit him. And obviously the $3.90 boosted odds surges, I'm all over it.
Both a team with Just Ask Me, and don't forget to, on Saturday out of Whanganui, the odds surge is back across all races. You've got that max bet up to $100, and that concludes our feature preview out of Whanganui. Our preview at Whanganui continues as we now turn our attention to the 2-year-olds. This is the listed John Turkington Forestry Castletown Stakes. First gear heads the betting for Kevin Gray at $3.30, Balrowdy at $4.50. Then you have Razira at $6 and Promeneri at $7. Promenere. That's a look at the market. So let's head back to a winner. Last start at Trentham on the back up here, Bevan. First gear, what did you make of it?
Well, Professionalism got this horse home, and just that race day experience, it just came across the chute and hugged the rail. It did win really nicely, extended out very, very strongly through the line. Kevin was thinking about Paddock, but I think Lisa might have talked him into going again on Saturday because that was a dominant performance. But I think a lot of this was race day experience, Lee.
Yeah, and Lisa was really soft on him too, so he would have pulled up well. Obviously, Mr. Gray knows how to train these good horses, and he's fit. So he's definitely on the ticket as a top 3 chance.
We're going to find you a couple of runners at decent sort of money as our top thoughts in this particular race. And here is Aka Pelago Leith for the Williams team, who trialled up nicely at Evandale recently.
Yeah, named after a bunch of islands, Bevan, or islands on a lake or river it's called after. So look, I had a quick chat to Peter Williams yesterday, and look, he's really impressive with this filly, and he wants to go out on a high, and he's not going to have many runners left before he stops training with him and Dawn. So it was really impressive at the trials, and even the trial before that at Waipart's first trial was just a nice easy run round as well.
I'm going to get you one from our man in the CD, one Kevin Myers. I've been waiting for this horse. He is a lovely horse. He's down or out to the outside in the Duncan colours with the white cap. He's lucid. Trialled at Foxton on Tuesday, never let go, and he's a beauty, this horse. Now, whether race day inexperience beats him on Saturday, not 100% sure, but he's going to get one little tap here, and he's going to sprint through and run a really nice trial. His physical capabilities are right up there in my mind. He's the sort of 2-year-old I think will really progress into a 3-year-old, and I think he is a major player on Saturday. And they gave you a chance 10, and I think you could have got 290, 390 about him. So I'm going to go with a little bit of value for you, and he's lucid for Kevin Myers to take out the Castletown against normal protocol with no race day experience against some horses that have been to the races and are winners. But he's lucid for me.
Yeah, well found, Bevan. Kevin Myers, he doesn't normally trial them up on Tuesday and race again on Saturday, and as a 2-year-old as well, so he must really rate him. I want to take you to Dawn and Peter Williams' horse, Aka Palio. Look, she's a really nice filly by Bilardo, and yeah, I just had a good chat to Peter Williams yesterday, and he's more than confident.
There you go, it's a very interesting race, and the guys are with two that have not won a race yet in the listed Castletown Stakes. Now let's move on to the race prior to that, race number 2 on the book, and this is over the 1200 metres where We Will Rock heads the betting at $3, Bold Bell at $3.70, and then you're getting out to a runner like Old Town Road at $6.50. Let's take you back to Bold Bell, We Will Rock and Old Town Road last time. Obviously Bold Bell just pinched it here, Bevan, with the lightweight of 51 kilos.
Yeah, and an interesting lightweight runner again. Today I spoke to Bryce on Tuesday. He said, well, I couldn't find much in the Spring Carnival for Bold Bell, so we decided to line her up again. Her sweet spot, I think, is probably just short of the 1200 metres. She's very, very quick. We Will Rock, he's just a duffer down the chute. He just won't run straight, but he'll be much better at Whanganui. And Old Town Road is improving to a performance at Rickon, and a belief that I think we'll see him winning.
Yeah, We Will Rock You. He's awkward at the shoot, isn't he? Obviously, Whanganui is going to really suit him again. Look, Bold Bell was really good. Look, she'd done all the donkey work in front, and look, she's hard fit now as well.
Durham Ladd adds a bit of interest. If he puts up his best performance, he is a very, very competitive horse, and here he's at the trials with the Make Time. And look, he wasn't really tested on this occasion. It's just what version of him you get, Leaf. Make Time in the centre and the Go Racing colours, but he looks as though he's coming up nicely at the trials. Yeah,
he certainly did. Look, he's a big, strong horse now. He loves the heavy track. I'm just willing to sort of watch him go around this week, though.
And Caitlin's Wish came to Whanganui 2 starts ago and was a dominant winner in a decent sort of race. Now, she went into the North Counties and took on Johnny, where things went pear-shaped at the start, and Highlighter's going to get the suck run off her back and come through and win. But she's a pretty competitive mare in wet track conditions. She took the step up nicely on this occasion, so she'd have to be a danger from a forward position, but she's going to be in that battle with Bold Bell.
Yeah, exactly. Look, C.L. Butler gets on this week. She claims the 2 kilos. Look, she's backing up from last Saturday from Pukekohe. Stephen Orchard is really happy how she's pulled up, so look, I think she's going to be awfully hard to beat.
We Will Rock for me. I think he's just a completely different horse when he goes around a corner. Jay Riddell in the saddle, he knows this horse very well. 1 or 2 starts ago at the River City. He's clearly going well. I think you're getting an opportunity again at the price. I thought he'd be a much more stronger, dominant favourite in that particular market. We Will Rock guy Larry Liazoninboss. Yeah,
I'm off Caitlin's Wish, boosted at $8.50. Look, Stephen's really happy how she pulled up. C.L. Butler gets down to 52 kilos. It's a 7.5 kilo swing off We Will Rock You. So, yeah, I'm with Caitlin's Wish.
Maybe a same race, a multi around those two, and that concludes our look at Whanganui, the first race from their trackside one Saturday at 12 o'clock. Yes, it's that time on the form, our race trackers. Make sure you note these ones down. Leith, we'll start with you. Who have you got your eye on this week?
Yeah, I'm going to take you to a race last week, Pip. The rating 75, Diamond Jack. He was having his first run back this season, this prep, and here he is down the outside, and look, he was really good late. He's run the fastest sort of 800, 600 and 400 metres in the race as well. So I think he's in for a really good winter. He'll be running in the next 2 or 3 weeks, but he's one to follow through the whole of the winter sort of months coming up.
Taking you back to Trentham and to the Sprint Championship final, generally throws up a decent horse, and Spencer was fresh up. He'd been going well at the jump outs, but went on to a heavy track, but once Lisa pushed the button on him on Saturday, he was off and gone. Geez, a much, much improved horse this, and this won't be his last win this winter preparation. He is absolutely flying for Erin Hockard.
And I'm going for a debutant. Actually gets underway on Friday. One of the best maiden heats I've seen in a wee while over the 520 metres. This is Zestful, one of Crafty Cleve's best breeding coming through the lines here. 16.95 this dog runs. You can break 17 seconds at Addington. You're quick. 16.95 is unreal. It was actually up against a Power Hillary, who's a past race tracker for me, for Jean and Dave Fahey. It's a race not to miss. Race number 5. Zestful, I think, will be very forward over the 520 metres on debut and a real litter to follow. So here's our race trackers, Diamond Jack, Spencer and Zestful. Note them down and pop them in your black book. We're off to Pukekohe again this Saturday. Leith, we've had so much rain on the Wednesday. I've never seen anything like it. So how do you think the track will play Saturday?
It was hail all day, it rained. Look, they had 34 mils in the last since Monday, and I'd say there would be another 20 more mils probably yesterday as well. So look, the track's going to be a lot heavier than it was last Saturday. The rail's out 4 metres, but they'll be running 2 to 3 seconds slower than they were last week.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the first race we want to touch on. You're clearly going to be looking for that heavy track form. It's race number 5, the Alderson Park over the 1400 metres, where Wessex heads the betting at $4.80 with Swindle, who's been a mover in this market, at $4.80. A little bit of love at $5, and It's a Charm Deal also around that quote at $5.50. Let's take you back to Wessex. It comes out of the really good race at Alderson Park and behind Carmen Line here, Leith, and I thought it was a super run just the way she stuck on after being 3 wide.
Yeah, exactly. And look, she was fresh up as well. So look, her second up record's really good. She's had 4 starts for a win. She's won at Pukekohe before as well. So look, she's going to be right there on the speed, probably leading or outside the leader. Tristan Moodley's, he's flying at the moment, so the 3 kilos is a big plus as well.
Yeah, he's going really well on the evidence of that fresh up performance. Will improve markedly into the second up performance. I think there's a lot of statistics that would say that Wessex will be very competitive. That said, I was really impressed with the way this race actually held up for Saturday. A little bit of love, absolutely fair dinkum flying for the informed stable of O'Sullivan and Scott team. And you've got to be pretty good to come from where this horse did to win at Tarapa. But they went at reasonable sort of tempo. You can see the leader starting to really paddle the big horse, and she flattened up really nicely. Might have found the best bit of dirt late in this particular race, and she's still a little bit green. So there's more improvement there, Leith.
Yeah, exactly. Look, she's gone up in weight 1.5 kilos, but look, she's going for 4 on the run now. Look, she's flying at the moment, and the heavy track on Saturday is no problem for her.
Aquarello, of course, was Pip's best bet a couple of weeks ago and delivered with a fair bit of authority with the red blinkers and sleeves and green cap. Aquarello and those very familiar Trelawney colours. But once it got there, it concentrated much better on this occasion, Leith, and really put him away quite nicely. Looks a horse that's got a fair bit of power to work with. Looks like it'll plough through wet track conditions. So another very strong competitor in a nice race. Yeah,
she's a big, strong mare. Look, Opie obviously can't ride her this week at 54.5. So, Vinny's on this week, so he'll suit her. Look, Pikey was a little bit worried about the heavy track, but he said, look, if she doesn't handle it, he can turn her out after this run.
She's on top for me. I really like that performance. I thought she showed a fair bit of power. She handles the track conditions. She's a major, major player in a nice race. But with the Tony Pike runner in race number 5 out of the north. Yeah,
I'm with you as well, Bevan. Look, Vinny's going to be racing pretty hard in Windsor for 54.5. But the way she won so easy last start. I think she's great each way value at $6.50 and $2.90.
An agreement in race number 5 as we move on to race number 7 on the program. This is over the mile, the Sky City Horizon, and Maldini up the top of the book for Tony Pike is at $4.20, Jafira at $6, then you have Chizinzi at $6 as well, and Charmer at $7. So that's a look again at the market. Let's take you back to the form of Maldini. Wins here. Leith goes up 1.5 kilos from it, but sticks in the grade.
Yeah, it was a midweek race. He won okay though. It wasn't a strong field. I think this field this week's a little bit stronger than it was when he won at Matamata. Opie on 60 kilos though, a little bit of a question mark for me.
This horse has worked the whole game out, or how comfortable it was in those track conditions, because his stride was really off balance. But I was impressed with the performance with a horse that might be pretty progressive going forward. A little bit of a niggle that Leith being close to Tony doesn't like it overly much, but you got Opie from an inside gate. It'll get the right run in the race. It's favourite at the present moment. Yes, the 60 is a bit of an issue for sure, but I wasn't willing to say it couldn't be the winner. Jafira is another interesting runner at the top of the book. It will claim weight off with Nikau Haley doing the riding, and this was the performance. You can pick up a fair few runners out of this particular race, but look, the stable's just fair dinkum flying at the moment. This was probably got out to the right part of the track and keeps on finding the line quite strongly. Draws Probably an assist, actually by the end of the day, drawn right out there in the car park, might put it right in the mix though.
Yeah, look, riding was on the wall a little bit. It was a pretty strong field as well. Like you said, Nako Haley takes the 3 kilos off its back, and yeah, Scotty and Lance's horses are flying at the moment, and you know, the heavy track at Pukekohe should really suit her.
Whiskey and Rye, probably got to have some reasonable concerns around the track conditions. If it gets to that heavy 10, he's fallen just a minor placing on these sort of track conditions. It was last start a good effort for Nick Bashar. I know he's always thought a fair bit of this particular horse. It's out at a big quote of $16, but good tough type of horse. Not going to be in my top 3, Leith, but I think you've got a little bit of form recommend around this horse.
Yeah, I thought he was okay. Look, he wasn't. He was through the line. He was okay as well, I thought. He's super fit. He's backing up from last week. I think the mile's going to suit him, and Kelly Myers sticks as well.
Tough race, really, really tough race. But I just liked what I saw from Maldini as a horse that's going to progress really nicely. Once he works the whole game out, I think this horse will probably be better on top of the ground. But if he gets away with it on Saturday, even with the 60 kilos, I think Maldini's a good each-way chance.
Yeah, in the last race at Pukekohe, I'm going to go for a little bit of value, Whiskey and Rye. Look, the $16 on value, I think it's a great each-way chance, 58 kilos, backing up from last Saturday. I think the step up to the mile is going to really suit him.
And you might be able to have a few whiskies as well if it gets up at that price. So chuck in some bread. And don't forget too, the first 4 races from Pukekohe are bonus back affairs. So you don't find that winner, but your second, third or fourth, you know the drill, will have some bonus back coming your way in bonus cash. The first race from Pukekohe gets underway, trackside 1 at 12:53. Queensland Carnival continues. This time we're off to Eagle Farm for the Queensland Derby as we take a look at the market. It is race number 8 on the card. Autumn Angel is the filly trying to beat the boys. I think it hasn't been done in around 14 years. Tannhauser at $4, Warmonger at $9, and then you're getting out to one of the Kiwis there for Andrew Forsman in first innings at 19s. First race we want to take you back is the Rough Habit Plate here over the 2,000 metres. Leith Tannhauser wins this. Anything else take your eye though in behind?
Yeah, Tannhauser was really good. Obviously, it was his first run back after being gelded. J Mac was on. He's in Japan this week, so Nash is on this week. But yeah, I really like the run of Autumn Angel. Look, she was fresh up from winning the Derby at South Australia. Jamie Carr was on. She's replaced by Mark Zara this week, who's had 3 rides on her for 2 wins in a second. So. Yeah, it's like you said, it's a little bit harder for these fillies to win the Derby, but Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman have set it for this race.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were fantastic, weren't they, Tannhauser? Autumn Angel, I thought there was an exceptional run because all roads lead to the Derby on Saturday rather than that particular race, but she still really attacked the line strongly. Those 2 really stood out for me in the Rough Habit Plate going forward. Andrew Forsman, he's in for a big weekend, isn't he? Of course, first innings was very, very good on this occasion. Tomodachi's actually just to the inside of first innings here, and they seem to be coming together. Tomodachi first way, that way of going just was a little bit unbalanced and a little bit keen in the run, but gee, first innings, he proved himself to be a real true blue star, and if they run this at strong work, look, he'll be fine to the line. He's looking like a decent star in the making, Leith.
Certainly looks like he's just grown up a little bit too on his trip to Brisbane. He was massive at Ipswich. Jimmy Byrne was on that day, and he's on him again this week. And like you said, if they go really hard up front, you know, the 2,400 metres is really going to suit him. And yeah, if there was a knockout chance, it could be him.
I really thought so. Moonlight Magic did take on first innings back at Ellerslie in April 20, and you'll see first innings down towards the inside. And Moonlight Magic had been building to this. It had been a preparation that Andrew had really built up to the staying trips, and when she got to the right part of the track and started to sprint, just had too much of a break on first innings. He again finds the line strongly down towards the inside, but I'm not sure which one I prefer. I think just first innings, having had that one on the board, is the obvious, but she gave him a little bit of a toweling up there, Leith.
Yeah, she did. Obviously, she's better right-handed as well. So, you know, the track at Big Long Straight at Eagle Farm is going to really suit her. Mick D's on. A little bit of a tricky draw. She's drawn out sort of 19, so she's probably going to start from 16. But, look, I think he's got 2 good chances in the race.
He does. They do look good, strong chances, but Autumn Angel just has the credentials to be winning this race, albeit pretty short in this particular market. Love what she did in the Rough Habit, so expecting her to really run through the line strongly on Saturday and be very tough to beat against the boys. Yeah,
I'm with Autumn Angel as well. The Autumn Sun filly, Peter Moody's settled for this race a long way out. Barrier 1, look, the $2.50 is a little bit short for mine, but I think she's going to be close to winning.
The Group 1 on the program is race number 7. It's the Kingsford Smith Cup, and we do have the Quinella from the Doomben 10,000 in the race. I Wish I Win at $3.90. There's Bella Nipotina at $6. Magic Time at that quote too, and Think About It at $6.50. We'll take you back to the Doomben 10,000. I Wish I Win Leaf continues to draw Barrier 1. He's got it again. What did you make of him?
Yeah, Barrier 1 didn't help him 2 weeks ago at Doomben, where the track was not that great on the inside. James was forced to sort of play his hand and stay where he was, where Bella Nipotina got a good roll on, probably where they were winning for majority of the day. So look, he was game defeat. He's third up this week. Luke Nolan's back on this week as well.
Yeah, I wish I'd been with Bella Nipotina on the day. I just think she's a wonderful mare. The amount of travelling she's done and been competitive all over the place, she deserved that win. But yeah, I Wish I Win. He lost no admirers with his performance. James just pushed him out of the gates, and sort of that dictated where he had to be in the run. Maybe if he'd gone back and got on the back of Bella Nipotina, things might have been different, but he was still massively brave. And here is, of course, the Everest, where Think About It is too good here, and I Wish I Win. Well, he didn't have all favours, and he was very good late, and then In Secret Espiona also came out of this. But look, there's not a lot across the whole lot of these horses we're talking about, Leith.
No, it's a pretty strong edition of the race this year. Look, Think About It, that was his last win at the Everest. He hasn't won since then, where they've tried to push him out to 1,500 metres in the George Ryder Stakes and the Doncaster, where, look, he was on the speed and he died late. So, look, it was an experiment where they wanted to sort of push him out to that sort of a mile 2,000. That didn't work, so I think you know, he won the race last year. I think he's going to be awfully hard to beat.
Stick with the Kiwi. I Wish I Won. Like the draw, it's a little bit of a kick the camp moment, really. I think he needs to draw out wide and get a suck run on the back of something coming into it, and then I think you'd see a dominant horse late. Luke's with him on a Saturday. Maybe he can just make a different path towards the outside. But look, you want to see him win at short notice. He's been beaten some big races, but he's quality, and he always puts in his best.
Yeah, I don't go Think About It for me. You know, we're talking a couple of weeks ago when Luke Nolan got taken off for James. Well, Blake Shin's been taken off for Sam Clipperton, who won the Everest on Think About It. So, look, I think he won the race last year. I know Joe Pride's come out and they're really happy how it's going.
There you go, some value for Leith with Think About It, and that concludes our look at Queensland. Good luck to all the Kiwis with connections in across there too. And don't forget, we do have the Super Saturday bonus back across not only Eagle Farm but Caulfield as well on the first 4 races, and that action gets underway trackside 1 on Saturday.
Back in the pack, so too back there was Big Time Brittany and Ivor Laura. King Harvest has come through to win on debut. Does it nicely too.
Better knuckle up, 75 to go. He's clear by a couple. Aye Captain will rush home down the outside, but better knuckle up to get the win.
It's the form team batting at 100% last week, with Bevan and Leith's 2 runners being scratched. And speaking of the 2 men, you've teamed up this week. You're both with the same best, Leith.
Yeah, I can't believe it. But yeah, I'm on Just Ask Me, Pip. Look, he was super at Wellington 2 weeks ago. Alan set him for this race, and when Alan sets a horse for a race, he normally doesn't get it wrong. So he won the race last year. I think Jonathan Riddell's back on this week as well. Big plus for me.
Yeah, Leith wanted me to get off. I couldn't. I tried to find another one for the team, but I couldn't get past Just Ask Me. If there was one, I do think We Will Rock will be very, very difficult to beat in the open sprint as well as he goes back around the corner. But yeah, Just Ask Me, fantastic last season. Looks to be going just as well.
And I'm going up against the boys with the Aquarello with the Wessex. I just think she'll really relish the conditions. I think Tristan will just take her out to the front, and if she can hold up a pace with the weight off, I think she might be able to just pinch it in the 5th there for Andrew Forsman. So that's what I'm liking. The Wales also back this week, and he's jumped in with Bar Louis at Cambridge on Friday for the harness. Wessex and Just Ask Me for the boys, so make sure you jump on him at a nice price. And that concludes the form once again for the week. Thanks to Leith and Bevan. Hopefully we've found you the winners, and we'll catch you back next week.